Hello, everybody. We're going to get started here with mine and Anna's discipline talk on industrial engineering. This is a new platform to us, so this is our first presentation. I am going to try, I think I already am sharing my screen. How I get back there, I'm not really sure, but okay, there we go, perfect. Anna, do you want to say hi and just make sure your mic's working?
Yeah, sure. Hi, guys. Hello, everyone. Hope you all can hear and see us okay.
Yeah, maybe just, oh, sorry, just let us know in the chat if you can hear and see us. Hi, Meg.
Hi, I can hear and see you guys.
Okay.
Cool.
Popping in to let you know.
Thank you. All right, well, I guess we'll just get started then. So welcome to the Industrial Engineering Discipline Talk. My name's Alex, and presenting with me is Anna. We're both fifth year and final year industrial engineering students, and we're really excited to talk to you about our discipline today.
Yes. Are you able to change the slides, Alex?
I did. Can you not see it?
Oh, no.
Okay.
It's still showing the main page.
Oh, yeah, it is. Interesting. Okay, there's our first hiccup. Oh, okay, it's because I was on, yeah, there we go. Okay, it should work now.
Okay.
1 second. Can you see it now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so what is industrial engineering? Industrial engineering is the heart of systems that are essential to our society. So industrial engineers design systems that enable people and society to improve productivity, efficiency, effectiveness, and quality. So the industrial engineer has a dual role to both extend the human capability to operate, manage, and control the overall production system, and to ensure the safety and well-being of those working in the system.
So what would industrial engineering look like? So these are all the classes that we take over our 5 semesters of industrial engineering, which you can either do over 2 years or 3 years if you add co-op in. So as you can see, reading through some of those courses, it's a really broad spectrum of what we get to take. And in our first semester, we do some, or the first couple semesters, some stats and some coding and some more technical stuff. But then as you can see on the right side, those are the courses that we take in 5th year. And it's a little bit more of those softer skills, some of those skills that I think are really useful in the real world. Some of that business management, project management, a lot of design work. So if that's something that interests you, industrial engineering will definitely be something that you should look into. And also very exciting for our department, all of the courses that are highlighted in blue are courses that we've been taught by female professors. So as you can see, as I said, on the right side, that's mostly our senior courses. So this year we actually have way more women professors than we do male professors. So that's something that the industrial engineering department really strives to have equality and diversity within their department. So I'm assuming that's something that's important to you because you're at this Go Eng Girl Day. And it's something that's important to me. And I think that's really awesome. And it's also great to be able to see real life role models of what industrial engineering women do in the real workforce, because a lot of them also have their side projects that they work on that they tell us about in class. So for example, the professor that taught quality control and reliability, if you look up like the past Dalhousie engineering newsletter that went out, she's actually in there and she has this whole spread about all of the healthcare research that she's been doing. So that's super, super cool. And they talk about that just kind of nonchalantly sometimes in class, but some of the work that they do is really awesome. And having those female role models we're really lucky to have that in our program. I'll go on to the next slide, but you guys can ask questions about this a little bit later on.
So speaking of female role models, one of the first industrial organizational psychologists was Lillian Gilbreth. And she worked with her husband, Frank Gilbreth, who was also an efficiency expert. And they contributed to the study of industrial engineering, focusing on motion study and human factors. So motion study, what they would do is they would film and observe processes and then redesign machinery to better suit the workers' movements to improve efficiency and reduce fatigue of the workers. And they applied a human approach when developing innovations in workplace efficiency, such as improving the lighting, creating regular breaks for workers, and focusing on workplace psychological well-being. After her husband's death, she faced a lot of discrimination within the engineering community. So she shifted her efforts towards what were then considered female-friendly research projects, such as domestic management and home economics. So her goal is she wanted to provide women with shorter and simpler, easier ways of doing housework to enable them to have enough time to go seek paid employment outside of the home. So yeah, she was like one of the first industrial engineers that was a female, and some of her inventions that we still use today include the foot pedal garbage can, and she also created shelves inside of refrigerator doors.
So Anna and I are going to talk a little bit about our co-op experiences that we've had with industrial engineering positions. So I worked at Irving Shipbuilding IT department as a business analyst. So as a business analyst, industrial engineers are kind of that sweet spot in between the technical side of things and, as I mentioned earlier, a little bit more of like the human factors side of things. So you're able, as a business analyst, I worked with the IT side as well as the business side of the company to kind of make sure that they were able to talk and communicate with one another properly, and that they're on the same page, refining their requirements for the project and stuff like that. So it can be a little bit of a daunting role at first because it's not really something that you like learn how to do, but that's like most jobs. You kind of just get thrown in and they teach you how to do it as you go. But it was super, I really, really liked that role, and I learned a lot, and it was very relevant to industrial engineering.
And so I had 2 different co-ops. One was with DRS, where I did 2 separate placements with them, one in Ottawa and one in Bedford. And they are a manufacturing facility. The one in Ottawa, they create military communication devices. And the one in Bedford, they do like UPS, like power supply systems. And so I worked as working on continuous improvement projects at both of those manufacturing facilities. So I would kind of study their lines and come up with ways to make them better. I like redesigned one of their whole manufacturing lines for them, and got to like see that actually get like redesigned and work. So that was pretty cool to see. And then my last co-op was with C-SPAN Ferries, where I worked as a data analyst. So I was working in the finance department there, dealing with the business side of the company. And I would create dashboards and reports and take the company's data and try and tell a story with my reporting, or use it to do forecasting or creating predictive models. So that was a pretty cool job too.
Awesome. Well, I think we're about done our time, but if you guys want to ask us any questions, please feel free to do so. Oh, I'll get out of this slideshow. Do you guys have questions?
It can be about the program, or it doesn't have to be about the program. It can be about like just our experiences, if you have questions about that, and it could be about another discipline if you want. It's kind of open-ended.
I actually went to, sorry, we just had a little technical error. I went to say my first 2 years, and then I came to Dalhousie in my 3rd year.
And then, yeah, I was at Dalhousie for all 5 years. And yeah, I mean, one benefit, I guess, of doing at Dal is you kind of get familiar with the campus, which is nice. So like I already knew where everything was, but I mean, it's not a huge campus, so you can kind of learn it very quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely the class sizes. Industrial is the smallest discipline, so we luckily have like quite small class sizes. It wasn't that different than the class sizes that I had at St. FX. So our class is about like 70 people, I'd say. Depending on what courses you take. So also, sorry, I should have mentioned, when I put those courses, pretty much half the courses that were on the right side that we take in our 5th year, you get to choose in your last year. So you don't have to take those courses that we took. Those are just the courses that we're taking. But like, for example, our cognitive ergonomics class this year only has, I think, about like 16 people in it. So they're quite small.
Yeah, I think they get smaller as you get into 5th year, especially the electives, because you get to choose which ones you want to take. So where everyone has like more of a choice, then they end up being a little smaller.
Do you guys have any other questions? All right. If you don't have any other questions, then you guys can go on to whatever next session you'd like to go to. But if you do have any questions later on, you can contact somebody from Go Intro, or I can just put my email in here if you want to ask us any questions.